Hi, I'm Chilton Webb, and this is second demonstration of CodeWalker, and this is the spatial/VR/AR version. You can take any piece of code and you can look at it in VR just like this. But you can also go outside, and that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to take this code right here. I'm going to set it right here. This is the marching cubes algorithm. And it's one of my favorite algorithms. It's really elegant. It's a really cool solution to a problem. It's what's used in all of the things where they do any kind of voxel calculations. What we see here is the code for the marching cubes algorithm and the algorithm itself and how it plays out. So I want to show you a few things here. See here, see how we have this march cube right here, and we have get offset here. And if we walk over here, you'll notice that here is get offset, and it looks just like the get offset here because it's the same thing. So what CodeWalker is trying to show you is this part of your code, which is in one little place in your actual text file, is actually being used over here. And that's why this hierarchy exists like this. So hopefully that makes sense, that this call here is calling this, etc. And that's how that works, right? Okay, so that's the general idea, but knowing that, we could clean up this a bit. You know, we could get rid of that part so that you didn't have to see it, and that's what the trim function does here. So if I click on trim, it's going to get rid of any code where that code is already in use elsewhere. So now we have this much more compact single line of code, and this shows us that for the algorithm, it goes straight from create mesh all the way down here. Create mesh calls this thing, calls that, etc. Now, if I wanted to, I could also just show functions. And what this does is this takes the same thing, the same approach, but this time it's only going to show the logic between the different functions. So hopefully that makes sense. We can also do, we're going to do a show all here, and we're going to go reposition some of this stuff. So I'm trying not to turn around and look because I know my neighbors are over there and they're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. I'm just going to keep looking this direction at my trash can. Yep. Okay, so we got create mesh and we've got all this other stuff over here. We can, if we wanted to know, for example, if we wanted to know how we got to this part right here, we could just pull this out. And we could use, there's a shortcut here on the hand controller, but also it's here under filters, selection, and selection is just going to show us how to get from here all the way back to the start. So as you can see, that has, and I'm drawing spirals around this, that has completely removed all the other code except for where we started all the way back to the beginning. This is very helpful if you have a bug report and someone says, hey, this thing crashed over here in March Cube, and you're wondering, well, how the hell did they get there? Well, here is exactly what you would need to check. You need to check this, you need to check this, you need to check this, etc. So this is an easy way to take that part of programming and come up with a kind of an elegant, simple solution for how to figure it out. So again, I'm going to grab create mesh here. I'm going to collapse it and then pop it back out in this format. So when I do this one level, it's going to show me all of the code at one level deep. Okay, so there's no other code here. If I wanted to, I could grab one part here and I can expand that out one level. And I could grab that part here and expand that out one level. Or I could grab this part here and I could expand it all the way out. Okay, that's what that feature does. Because of the fact that this one's for loop and this one is and this one, etc., every one of these loops has to get more performant in order for it to work properly. So if we go back over here and we pop this thing out and we say here heat map, it's going to show us a heat map of exactly where our code needs to be the most performant due to the nested loops. And it's as easy as that. So you can instantly take your code and find out Oh, well, this part here, I'm going to need to make sure it's running very efficiently because of these nested loops that I might not be aware of. Because these nested loops are actually in, if you pop this up and look again, you'll notice that these are actually in one function, while the other ones down there are in a different one. There you go. So over the weekend, I hope to get the beta of this out and let people start playing with this. If you want to be part of the beta program, all you have to do is just get in touch and I will hook you up. And over the weekend, I'll be hopefully sending out that beta version. You're going to need an Oculus Quest, a Meta Quest 2 or 3, and then we'll have a Steam VR version soon. So for that, you'll need any Steam VR compatible headset. And if you want to get the desktop version of CodeWalker, it's actually already available. It's all the same functionality and more, and it's actually in an app that you can run. And we also have an iPhone version and an Android version coming out soon also. So a lot of fun stuff on the horizon here. I'm just going to stick this code up here on the wall. There we go. So you're going to try to figure out how something works. This is a lot easier than looking at it on a computer screen. Seeing the actual layout and being able to just kind of step back and go, oh, wait, that does that, that does that, that does that, that kind of thing. It's pretty cool. I think you guys will love it. Can't wait to hear what you think. I added this little black backdrop to it just for the sake of using it in low or in high light areas. So if you're using this indoors, you could turn off that black backdrop and it would look brighter, but that's not really necessary outside. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. I will talk to you later. Have a great weekend.